Every industry seems to have its own jargon, and the construction industry is no exception. The goal of this video is to teach you some of the most used terms so that you feel more prepared when meeting with the contractor. My name is Brian Worthen, and I am an architect with Newman Munson. Although your architect will act as your ambassador and translator, you will likely come across some terms and phrases that are entirely new to you. Before starting your project, it's helpful to get familiar with a few construction terms. To help, we've compiled a list of useful terms to know before starting a construction project, including project delivery method, construction versus project cost, contract documents, bid alternates, change orders, site observation, commissioning, punch list, retainage, and substantial completion. By the end of this video, you will feel more confident meeting with your architect and contractor. A project delivery method is how a project gets built. The term also describes the contractual relationship between you, your architect, and your contractor. There are several types of project delivery methods. The most common include design bid build, design build, design negotiate build, CM at risk, CM as agent. Building projects typically involve two categories of cost: construction costs and project costs. Construction costs refer to the cost of labor and materials. Project costs are the other necessary costs that make construction possible, including legal fees, professional fees, land purchase, and more. As construction nears, you will likely hear your architect refer to contract documents or construction documents. These documents outline the scope of the work. Simply put, this is describing and showing what the contractor will be constructing. Your architect will create two primary forms of documentation: drawings and specifications. Drawings explain the design intent to the contractor, what gets built, while specifications outline the products and the materials. Bid alternates are portions of a project that are bid separately. Typically, they are used to expand or decrease the scope of a project to keep the project within the overall budget, or when the building owner wants to price different material options. Although alternates are a great way to manage costs in a public bidding environment, they need to be used strategically. Using them sparingly for standalone items is the most effective method. Change orders are documentation of any addition, deletion, or substitution to the project's scope once construction is underway. Both building owners and contractors can request change orders. Although change orders can be a bit of a taboo subject, they are a normal part of any construction project. A site observation, also known as a site visit or a site walk, is when your architect visits the building site to observe the progress. These visits can occur weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, depending on the scope and your agreement with your architect. Most site observations include the architect, contractor, and building owner. The architect's goal is to check that the progress matches the design intent outlined in the contract documents. They will also check that the completed work aligns with the payment request by the contractor. Commissioning is the process of assuring the building is working as intended. Typically, the building owner will hire a commissioning agent to check the building's systems and equipment. This additional check assures that the building matches the design intent, allowing for a safe and orderly handover from the contractor to the building owner. Keep in mind that commissioning is a separate project cost outside the scope of the construction budget. Creating a punch list is one of the last steps of the construction process. Essentially, it's a list of items the contractor needs to complete before handing off the building to the owner. Punch list items usually include minor items such as paint scuffs or cleaning. Usually it takes a contractor 30 to 60 days to work through the items, though the timeline will vary depending on the project's complexity. Retainage is the percentage of money held back to assure adequate funds remain to finish the project. It acts as a financial incentive for the contractor to complete the punch list. Typically, retainage ranges from 5 to 10%, but differs depending on the project. If for whatever reason the contractor does not complete the punch list, you can use the retainage to hire someone else to finish the work. Substantial completion is when the building can be used for its intended purpose. This phase of construction begins after the architect creates the punch list and issues a certificate of substantial completion. Although the building owner can begin moving into and occupying the space, the contractor will still be on site finishing the remaining punch list items. Once the contractor finishes the punch list, your architect will do a final walkthrough and issue a certificate of final completion. If you're starting your first building project, construction may seem daunting, but you will be more prepared to meet with contractors with a few key terms in your back pocket. Your architect's job is to guide you through the process and advocate for your interest. If you are ever confused about any aspect of the construction process, don't hesitate to reach out and ask your architect. Watch our video about architect's role during construction to learn what to expect. Thank you for watching.